Hi friends, welcome back in. Highbridge Springs Bottled Water of Wilmore, one of our great local success stories, a family-owned business that not only keeps Kentucky drinking clean and refreshing Kentucky water, but they're also deeply involved in our community, including, this is a big announcement, they've been named the official bottled water and bourbon mixing water for a Kentucky evening with William Shatner. It's tomorrow night in downtown Lexington.
And with us today is Roy Noble. He is the general manager of Highbridge Springs. Thank you so much for coming in,
Thanks
Roy.
for having me.
Oh, and we really appreciate you coming in, and we appreciate your partnership with the whole event as well. But let's talk about Highbridge and the family story that's behind this. This is great.
Well, it's definitely a unique story, and I wish Linda were here to tell it. She tells it like no one else. But her father, Bill Griffin, was in the he's with Laurel Grocery, and he discovered this mined-out rock quarry in Wilmore, Kentucky. And his vision was it can be a big warehouse, temperature controlled. Brought in engineers. There's water flowing, and so the engineer said, "You've got to do something with this water." So he turns to his girls and says, "Let's start a water company."
Nice.
In 1982, there were no bottled water companies in Kentucky.
That's
true.
Yeah.
And so it grew from there. So it's definitely a unique story, a unique place to work, 130 feet underground with 32 open acres in a mined-out quarry.
And being filtered through that Kentucky limestone is really kind of the secret sauce, right, for Highbridge?
Basically the secret sauce. It's a unique environment. We use no chemicals in our processing. We only reverse osmosis and ozonate the water to take out any impurities. That leaves the natural taste of the limestone in the water.
Love it. Well, Kentuckians should not be drinking anything else.
That's right.
Let's talk about this new product that you have, this old limestone mixing water. So everyone with bourbon at home should have this on their bourbon bar.
Exactly. If you go to any distillery tour, one of the first things they tell you what makes our bourbon the way it is, it's the water. It's the limestone. We're the limestone filtered water. Our spring comes in 100 feet underground through the limestone rock in central Kentucky. If you add tap water or another purified water to your bourbon, you're only adding chemicals to the bourbon. With old limestone, there are no chemicals in our process. So when you add a drop of ours, it releases and enhances the flavor of the bourbon.
Nice.
With there's some calcium and magnesium that remains in there that helps release that flavor to the bourbon.
That's awesome.
That is. That's
incredible. All these bourbon files out there pursuing these expensive, awesome bourbons, and if you're not using, a special mixing water like yours, you're kind of diluting the experience.
Well, you're adding chemicals to your bourbon, and who wants to do that?
Nobody wants to do that.
Right.
So when you add old limestone, and it's really something to see. If you do that, you can see it actually. The bourbon changes a little.
Wow.
You can tell it.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we need a bottle of old limestone on every bourbon bar.
Yes.
And we're very excited. William Shatner is going to be toasting at the VIP reception.
Nice.
And old limestone is going to be right there beside him.
We're happy to be there.
Add that water to the bourbon. So very cool. While we've got you, you guys are doing some amazing work to help the hurricane relief in our neighbors and friends in North Carolina. Can you talk a little bit about some of those efforts?
It's of course, it hits personally. I've got family in Asheville, North Carolina. Other members have family in Georgia. So, but anytime there's a natural disaster in Kentucky or elsewhere, and if we get called upon, Highbridge steps up without question. And we give what we can afford to give and allocate to those. We had 3 truckloads go out yesterday, headed to North Carolina and to Georgia. Athens, Georgia was hit pretty hard. We don't get a lot of that coverage on television, but we always step up. The tornadoes that hit western Kentucky a couple of years ago, the floods in eastern Kentucky, Highbridge is there.
Yes, no doubt. You all are great neighbors, and we appreciate everything you all are doing. What's the website for people to learn more about Highbridge, to maybe make it part of their office, maybe part of their home delivery?
You can go to info@highbridge.com or simply look us up at highbridge.com. All the information's there. Real easy to sign up and become a customer. We'd love to service everybody.
Wonderful. Roy, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for all you're doing for the hurricane victims as well.
And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night downtown Lexington.
Absolutely, we'll be there.
Kentucky evening with William Shatner.
Yeah.
Stay with us. Back after this.